Alrighty. Hello, and welcome back to Dream Queen by Perla. I'm not exactly sure who needs to hear this. Let me see. I'm trying to see if I can make this screen a little bigger on my end, anyways. Let's go ahead and focus this a little down. But there, what I'm picking up, like what I'm sensing, honestly, I was just going to make a video and just post it, but something told me to go live. There is someone that you need to know that the score, it's like the score has been set, or something has been balanced, something has been, like, justice has been served, like whatever it was that you were planning or you were working on, whatever it was you were trying to gain, whatever it was you were trying to manifest. It's like this, what I'm picking up is somebody that is really full of anxiety, full of worry as to, either is it really going to happen this time around? Am I really going to get this wish fulfillment? Am I really going to get through it this time? There has been something that either kind of feared you into stopping, or feared you into that continuous progress that you were in. And now that the clarity has been brought to you, whatever it is, I feel that some of you are being led or being asked to either fast, either for a couple of hours, a couple of days, or fast a group of food. There's something that has been kind of like internally blocking you from either seeing or listening to a message that has been trying to come through. And it has to do with you yourself not putting yourself in a place of depriving yourself, or putting yourself in that space of kind of disciplining yourself when it comes to whatever it is that you have to achieve. So the fasting in itself that you're being asked to do is kind of like a stepping stone to help you with the discipline that is going to be needed for your next step, for your next goal, for the next thing that you're trying to manifest. And the thing is that whatever it is, I really, and I feel for you if something scared you to the point where you were under your covers and you were just like, I can't believe that this is the world that I live in. I can't believe that this is really what's going on. But what you have to understand is that it has been revealed to you at this time because you are ready to accept it and are ready to take the next steps forward, if that makes sense. So again, there is an urgency for you to go ahead and take action on whatever it is that your guides, your angels, your ancestors are asking you to do. I do feel that it does have something that it's like it's a self-discipline that is coming through, like fasting or depriving yourself of something. Maybe you are somebody that enjoys drinking, like occasionally every weekend. Maybe you are somebody that smokes, or maybe you are somebody that tends to snack a lot on sweets, or whatever it is. There's something that you're kind of, in a sense, like addicted to without you realizing it. And I'm going to be the first one to know, I know about addicted personality. I can get very addicted to things that are very good. I get very addicted to exercise. I get addicted to this. I get addicted to that. But it's like trying to find that balance into what it is that intuitively you're being guided to do, and being able to be in a place where every step that you take moving forward is coming from your own intuition, is coming from within, versus coming from people or sources outside of you. So whatever it was that was revealed to you that shocked you into like fear, and then now you're starting to kind of come out of it and are starting to realize kind of like where everything kind of like fits in, it's going to allow you to move into the next chapter, move into the next phase of your life without allowing yourself to be put in that space again of fear, and knowing that regardless of what is to come, or whatever it is, wherever it is that you're headed, you're going to be able to face any challenges that are coming ahead. But again, whatever it is that you have felt, and I feel that this is like a buildup either of a couple of weeks up to a month, that you have been led to do some type of fasting or to give something up, not someone, but something that you do on a regular basis, or something that you feel that you can't live without. want. Let's put it that way. Or something that you feel that you deserve. That's kind of like what it's something that they're asking you to give up. And you're hesitant either because of the unknown, or some of you are actually afraid of success. Some of you are still allowing people that are around you, people that, what was it? I had posted something today on Facebook, and it was about do not allow followers to lead your life, because they themselves do not even know what they're following. So if you're allowing other people's perception of how it is that you should live your life or what success looks like, then without honesty, you're never going to achieve anything, because you are holding your truth in your life based on someone who doesn't even know who they truly are. If you look in social media, if you look around the world, everyone is following someone else. Everyone is following. And if you take a second and you ask those individuals that are questioning what you are trying to achieve, what you're trying to manifest, if you ask them, well, why do you believe in this, or why do you believe in that? 99% of those individuals are not going to be able to tell you why. Well, because I saw it. I saw so and so do it, or because this group is doing it. And it's like, okay, but what is your truth? What is it that drives you? What is it that brings that life? What is it that gives you life? What is it that allows you to, take a step forward every single day? What is it that allows you not to give up? And until those individuals don't find that within themselves, then they really have no purpose or no reason why to lead others. And that is kind of like the thing here, is that so many people are into wanting to please others, wanting to fit into certain groups, wanting to fit into with certain people, that they forget who they are. They forget to be themselves. And when they're faced with certain challenges or certain truth, then the fear takes over, because their belief systems are not based on what they truly believe inside, but instead of what they have been told, what they have been shown, and what they continue to follow. So during this time, yes, there are people that you're going to see that you're going to distance yourself from, or that they themselves are going to distance themselves from you, because you coming out of your shell, you being your truth, authentic self, they're not going to be able to be in that presence. They're not going to be able to be in that light, because yet again, they do not know who they are. So if you're in a place right now where you're questioning, if I do this, what am I losing? No, you have to go ahead and look at it from a point of view. It's like, if I don't do this, if I don't follow my own intuition, if I don't follow what it is that I'm being guided to do, what am I going to lose? Am I going to put myself in a position again to lose myself? Am I going to put myself in a position where all the work that I have done for the past year, the past 2 years, the past 5, 10 years, am I going to put myself back in that position? Am I going to put, hi, long time no see. Yeah, the lives have been on and off. We had a couple of new additions to the family with the dogs and everything, and it's just been crazy. So things are starting to kind of calm down. Yeah, I kind of suck at reading the live chat, just, FYI. But it's kind of like that space of, how much longer are you going to put your life on hold for someone else? How much longer are you going to put the things that you want to try and manifest? And as always, I always use my own life as experience, right? I have always wanted to be the type of person that manifests instantly, right? But it also scares the crap out of me. I'm going to be honest. There's always something that, what is so-and-so going to think type of thing. And it took me a very long time to get out of that. Back in March, before everything started happening around the world, I got into a car accident, which I've shared. And After the car accident, I was like, okay, there's a reason why I'm going to be stuck at home. Let's put it that way. And, I'm grateful because I've been blessed. We haven't gone without, we haven't really lost anything. Nobody that I know close to me has been sick or anything like that. And the thing is that when it came down to start looking for a car, it was like, what do you want? And I'm like, logically, my Capricorn kicks in. What can I afford? And it's like, no, what do you want? No, what can I afford? And it was like this internal battle. And then I was like, okay, I'm going to do it this way, right? So I went ahead and I picked a year like of a car that I wanted, how many mileage I wanted, and how much I was willing to pay. But I didn't go into details as to what type of car, like the make and the model. And I was like, let's just put it out there because, again, because of the way that I was raised, because of my brought up and the religious beliefs and all of these things, I still have barriers within myself that I have to break down. And again, the Capricorn kicks in with trying to make everything logical. Well, the thing was that not even a week after saying the year, the mileage, and the amount that I was willing to pay, I didn't even have to go out looking for a car. Someone called me and told me that they knew somebody that was selling a car at this price. And it was about $1,000 over what I was wanting to pay, but the person was willing to drop it down 500, right? It was way under the mileage that I was looking for. And by the time I said yes, the individual that was selling the car brought the price down without me having to ask to what I was willing to pay. So not only did I get a car that was over 7 years newer than what I had, less than half the price and barely any mileage, and people are looking at me like, oh my God, you're so lucky. No, I am standing in my authority. I am taking my power away from those individuals that at some point I had given it away. I know that as long as I'm following my intuition, as long as I am doing the things that I am guided to do, there is nothing in this world. There's nothing that I can't have. And that when I say I'm going to get A, B, C, and D, and it's going to come in this matter, or it's going to come in this form, it is going to come in exactly like that, because right now I'm in a completely different space. Now, that did not happen overnight. That happened overcoming a lot of belief systems that I had as a child. That came by coming a lot of doubt, a lot of fear that I had to overcome, that I had to really go in within myself to see what it was that was holding me back, what it was that was keeping me limited and imprisoned within my own mind, within my own limitations. And that is kind of like whatever it is that you're being asked to release, or whatever it is that you're being asked to fast during this time, is going to help you to overcome those barriers, to overcome those limitations that you yourself have set there. Because yes, somebody can tell you something, but until you don't go out and go ahead and do your own research and see exactly where the information is coming from, nothing is going to change. So I can sit here and tell you what I am picking up, what I am feeling, and I can tell you what I've done. But at the end of the day, it is your own responsibility to take authority, to take responsibility over your own life, and go on and see where it is that your own intuition is leading you, where it is that your own intuition is telling you to go. What is it asking you to do? It may not make sense to anyone or everyone around you, and that is okay, because this is the path that you are meant to walk. These are the trials, these are the tribulations that are meant and cater for you to help you get to the point where you can free yourself completely from that has imprisoned you up to this point. And, lately, most of the readings have been more about about yourself. Yes, a lot of us do want to know what is going on in relationships and what's going on with this, what's going on with that. But until we don't learn to find that balance within ourselves and maintain that balance, maintain that centeredness or that groundness within ourselves, it really doesn't matter what is happening outside of us, because the only thing that is happening outside of us is repeated cycles, because we have yet to learn to balance everything within ourselves. Whether you want to look at it as a feminine and masculine energy, whether we want to go ahead and talk about our light and our dark shadows, whatever it is, you have to be willing to go ahead and work on yourself to find that balance so that things can actually start to change in your life. I hope that makes sense to you guys. As far as the water is really not showing me anything at the moment. Other than that, when it comes to there's something from your belief system when it comes to your childhood that you really have to kind of dive into and really release it, because I feel that that is the main energy that has been kind of having a hold on you, that it doesn't matter how far you get to a certain point, that little bit of fear that has been creeping in kind of pulls you back. And it's not about freeing yourself of fear, because fear is there for it serves this purpose, just like every other emotions or feelings that we have. But it's more about facing it and overcoming it, so that moving forward, you're not. I think you're talking about me, because I've been more in my masculine energy, ready to find myself. And it is very easy. Margaret, to go into one energy versus the other one, especially if things seem to be working out, especially if things seems like, if it seems like you're more in control and this and this and that. But again, it's about finding that balance and staying within that balance. And it's going to look different to every single one of us. And as I have always said, using my life experiences is not about me kind of flashing like, oh, look, I have my life together, because I don't. You're feminine too much. But it's about the learning process. And as we share what we have learned, as we share what we have been able to overcome, it is supposed to be some type, you can either view it as hope, or you can go ahead and use the tools that I've used, but make it your own, that cater to your own special needs and your own challenges that you're facing at the time. And I feel that sometimes when we are on this end and we're doing readings and we're doing things, sometimes we just talk and we kind of get into a space sometimes, and I'm not going to lie, of like dictatorship. Like, well, I did this and this and this and that. And we always have to kind of like check ourselves and remind ourselves that we're not here to force anybody to do things the way that we did it. But instead, we're here to share our experiences, so that that if I was able to overcome it and everybody else before me and those that I am connecting with, then why would you feel that you wouldn't be able to overcome something? Why would you feel that you wouldn't be able to change your current circumstances? So, that's kind of like what I wanted to get. I've been doing it for so. Yeah. And Margaret, I can definitely relate to the single mom thing. I mean, I have 4 kids, 2 dogs, and it's me basically 99% of the time. And I'm not going to lie. And, with society, with cultural and things like that, we tend to feel that we have to put other people's needs before ourselves. But it's kind of like, how some readers say, well, you can't give from an empty cup. Well, how do you think, or how do you feel that you're going to be able to take care of everyone else if you're not taking care of yourself? Now, taking care of yourself doesn't mean that you have to go and spend an hour in the spa every day. It can be, getting in a 10-minute walk in the morning, getting in a 20-minute workout, whatever it is that you are guided to do during this time is what your body, what your mind, what your soul, what your spirit needs in order to get over the current challenges that you are facing. So let's go ahead, and I'm going to pull some cards out just to see what it is that we collectively are being asked to release, what the challenge has been and what has to be released collectively. So we have the 2 of Cups in the reverse, and then the 10 of Wands in the reverse. And to me, both of these cards, when we look at the 2 of Cups and we look at the 10 of Wands and we look at them in the reverse, it's like we have to start putting our own happiness and our own joy in someone else's hand. Yes, you can have happy moments. You can have beautiful moments with individuals, with different people and things like that. But you cannot You cannot give somebody else outside of you the power or the authority over you, over your own happiness, over your own self-worth, over your own self-love. And from time to time, whether it is that things are going bad, even when things are going great and things like that, sometimes we fall out of this. We fall out of that self-love, that self-care, that self-motivation. Yes, there are great people. You can get a personal trainer to get you started if you want to start working out. You can get a dietitian if you want to start eating right. You can go, whatever it is. But at the end of the day, you yourself have to be responsible. You have to take accountability for yourself, for your own self-love, for your own self-worth. Because if you don't, then the same way that you have been repeating cycles with individuals is the same way that you're going to be going back and forth and repeating the same cycle within yourself. I'm pretty sure many of you know people that are constantly on a diet, the new diet, the new fad, to either lose weight or to do this or to do that. And it's like, you may have known a person for 10 years and they're always trying like a new diet and their weight is constantly fluctuating back and forth. Well, what is that doing? All of that, the only thing that's doing is causing more of an imbalance within thyself, where the person is not in tune with their own body. So first of all, they don't know what their body needs. They don't know what their body is lacking. And therefore, if that individual ends up getting sick or something like that, they don't realize it until it is too late, because the little red flags, the little subtle pain or the little uncomfortableness here and there, or the little, discomfort in your stomach or in your leg or whatever, they miss it because they're not connected to their own body. They do not know what is going on in their body. And I've said this and I continue to say it. You have to take accountability for every single part of yourself, for your physical body, for your mental health, for your emotions, for everything. Because if you don't, then you're just going to continue on repeating the same cycles over and over and over again. And at some point or another, something is going to have to give. So you guys are already aware of this. So what is stopping you? That is basically the question that you have to ask yourself. What is stopping you from taking your power back from others? What is stopping you from standing in your own authority? All right, let's go ahead and see what the advice is. Okay. And you guys know I suck at shuffling cards, so. All righty. So we have the Princess of Coins and the Queen of Cups. This may be more, I feel that some of you really do have to dive into your own emotions. Why is it that when it comes to your emotions, you allow, we have people that, are emotional eaters. They eat whenever they're stressed. They eat whenever they're happy. They eat whenever, to celebrate. They eat when somebody dies. Whatever it is, everything is always catered around food. Well, to some individuals, when they are stressed, they work out. When they're happy, they work out. It's like whatever it is that you're going outside of you to kind of justify your emotions. It's like, instead of running from your emotions, the time for you to go ahead and connect to your emotions and see what it is that is trying to show you, what it is that you have been missing this entire time. Because whatever it is with this Princess of Coins, is like, I feel that it's going to be revealed to you and you're going to be able to see and feel exactly what it is that you yourself have to do to balance yourself out. Ooh, okay. And let's go ahead. Anything else that they need to know? Or what is the outcome going to be? All right. So the outcome, we have the Eight of Wands in the reverse. To me, this Eight of Wands in the reverse is finally stopping anything outside of you, the outside forces, sources, your family members, your friends, your coworkers, your boss, whatever it is, putting an end and a stop to their perception of what your life should be, their ideas of how it is that you should live your life, or what it is that you need, or what it is that you want. because I feel that a lot of people you have given a lot of people enough space to feel comfortable to tell you what it is that you feel and what it is that you want. And that is all coming to an end, because then we have the Wheel of Fortune. You're going to go ahead and you're going to take control back of your life, back of everything that it is that you are trying to manifest, everything that it is that you are trying to accomplish during this time. And I think that that's actually quite a beautiful card to finish this reading with. Again, it's like the time to set the score straight is here, guys. The only thing that is needed is for you to follow your own intuition, for you to go ahead and do what is asked of you. Yes, it may seem hard at the time. It may seem like it may be too much. It may seem like you are going to, people are going to distance themselves from you during this time or whatever it is, because I feel that it's not so much you distancing yourself from them, because you have been able to a certain point, manage, or you're aware of their actions. You're aware of the way that they speak, why they say certain things and things like that. So you're able to see things from a different perspective. It's like you're seeing beyond the veil when it comes to like family members and friends and things like that. But because those individuals themselves do not even know why they act or why they speak or why they do the things that they do, they themselves, again, it's like your light is a little too bright for them. And they're not ready at the moment to face their own shadows. So they're kind of like distancing themselves from you. You may see that when you walk into a room with these individuals, maybe they get easily offended, or they're getting angry at you for no reason. And it's like they want to kind of project their anger and their own self-reflection onto you, because again, they don't want to do the work. So if I can just go ahead and project what I'm feeling onto you, then why should I have to do the work? I can just continue on doing what I've been doing this entire time. But because now you are aware that these individuals have been doing this, and they have been doing this basically your entire life, no longer do they have that power. So they have to kind of like retreat, even if they're not aware as to why they're doing it. Well, guys, thank you for joining me. It was a pleasure, and hopefully you'll see more lives of me coming forth. We're adjusting into everything. Kids are finally done with school. Routine has kind of gotten back into place. Just a couple of other changes around the house and things that we want to accomplish, and that we're working on trying to manifest. So I am sending every single one of you love, strength, and blessing. I hope that all of you are taking care of yourself, and all of you are staying safe. And thank you. Oh, you're welcome. Love and light to you guys. I really do appreciate all the love and support, you guys. You really do not know how much I appreciate it. And take care, guys. 2020 has been an interesting year around the world, but you're either going to go through it or you're going to grow through it. And this is basically why a lot of the things are happening. People need to wake up, and people need to start growing through situations instead of letting their life pass them by. Take care, guys. Love ya. Bye. And now we're going to end this.